wants to see an epic, crazy powerful, fully customized Cyberpunk 2077 build that celebrates the launch of the latest Cyberpunk 2077 expansion, Phantom Liberty? If the answer is you, then you have definitely tuned into the right episode. If not, well, stay anyway, because this is going to be an absolutely awesome build. We're going to show you the case design, the build, the thermals, and the performance, so you come away wanting nothing from this absolutely crazy build that came from the head of this man right here, Ron Christensen of Blue Horse Studios. But before we jump into the design, if you want to see more builds from myself or from Blue Horse Studios, make sure you slap that subscribe button, whip that like button, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss when videos like this are posted on Robeytech. We actually gave this build away and so many others on live streams and videos like this one. So join our community, and who knows, maybe you will be one of the lucky ones. Enough about that. Let's jump into the design and the making of this epic Cyberpunk 2077 PC build with Ron Christensen.
Hi, Ron here with Blue Horse Studios. We're working on a really cool Cyberpunk project with Origin PC and Robeytech. Let's go inside and check it out.
Okay, so the epic case is completed and everything is ready except for one, just tiny eensy beatsy thing that we gotta put an equally awesome build from the team at Origin and NVIDIA who sponsored this whole thing. So now, on to the build. Everybody, welcome to the show, and there it is. Right there, the ridiculous and absolutely epic Cyberpunk 2077 PC that we are going to be building today here on Robeytech. You guys have seen the teasers for the build. You guys want to just kind of see it a little bit, give you like a tour? Let me show you just how ridiculous this is. So on the other side of the case, this whole triangle in the back actually does light up. It is a beautiful, beautiful job. And then all of the functionality is still there for the case. Like, it still opens the same way. You can still take the top off. The other thing that you also get is this ridiculous base. And this base, I mean, dude, just check out the detail on this thing. It's got lighting specifically to underglow the system as well. And then, of course, I mean, just check out the detail all over this thing. So there it is. So you can actually see the entire thing lights up as well. So there it is. You get your underglow, you get the whole thing as well. So it's like, it's a showpiece. It's a showpiece just in and of itself on top of everything else. Start taking out the parts. This is a Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty system in a customized Corsair 5000T, or as Origin calls it, the PC 5000D. Basically, the thing is that we're going to be putting a AMD Ryzen 7 7800X 3D in it. For the motherboard, we're using the MSI MPG X670E Carbon Wi-Fi. For the graphics card, we're using the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4090. For our NVMe drive, the Samsung 990 Pro 2TB. We have the 870 QVO 2TB SSD that we're going to be adding as well. We've got Corsair Dominator Platinum RGB DDR5 at 6000 mega transfer. We've got 32 gigs there. And then we've got the Corsair IQ Link H150i with 4 QX120 fans. And then finally, Corsair HX 1200 Platinum PSUs. Okay, let's drop this in. There we go. Oh, that was a nice pop, actually. I wasn't expecting that kind of pop. So let's check our RAM clicks here. We said 96, guys, 96 is what we're going through. 99.7. And that one was a little bit weaker, but still 99.7, there it was, guys. That beautiful Samsung 990 Pro. Motherboard is ready. Okay, we're just gonna pull the materials out of this that we need for the AIO specifically. We're just gonna get some thermal paste on this real quick. Make it look good. There we go. And now, guys, it's time to go ahead and start working on the actual case and getting the case spread. It's actually nice and solid. He did such a good job, guys, and it's very, very clean. You can still, again, you still see we'll have access to all the other panels just the way that it normally is. So that pops off just like it is. This just pops right off, just like it should. So again, the magnetic there. Okay, and then here on the back, the lighting and stuff for this, and it says, custom made by Blue Horse Studios, and then the year, the year and the month. Pop this in. This is the beginning of making it look so pretty. Finishing out this beautiful build. There we go. Look at that. Looks good, right? Now, let's go ahead and get our fans in. Should be a pretty quick process. There we go. Probably makes the most sense to run this up at the top here. And the best thing about it is this is that one cable. That's it. The only cable that I need to hook power and everything up for the fans. Okay, so there, our fans are hooked up there. Let's get our rear fan in. Okay guys, fans are now in. Now it's time to get the AIO put together. I'm curious, I think what I'm gonna do is gonna work. I'm not sure. Okay. Let's get this installed. There we go. Is run this down. This is like, there we go. There we go. Okay, so there's all of our cables. There's our build, guys, looking good. Well, guys, now it's time for cable extensions. There we go. Next bit is our GPU. Here's the big moment, guys. A 4090 FE. There it is. All right, here we go. There it is, guys, in. There we go. Okay, next step, let's grab our extension for this. I'm looking for PSU, thank you. Okay, our HX1200. Okay, this is always the fun part. There we go, okay. And there we go, guys. There is the build itself. Looking nice and clean, straightforward build, right? Nice clean cables all the way through. Power's on. Hitting power. Oh, snap. Okay, that turned out amazing, but before we jump into the performance, let's just run down real quick what we actually put inside of the system from Origin PC. Kicking it off with the CPU we used, the Ryzen 7 7800X 3D, one of the best gaming CPUs on the market. For cooling, we used the Corsair iQ Link system, which at its heart had the Corsair iQ Link H150i LCD AIO and the additional 4 QX120 fans. For GPU, it's all about ultimate performance, so that's why we put in the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4090 FE. For RAM, keeping things Corsair, given Origin is a Corsair brand, we used 32 32 gigs of Corsair Dominator Platinum at 6,000 mega transfer. Storage-wise, we have a 2 terabyte Samsung 990 Pro Gen 4 NVMe drive and a 2 terabyte Samsung 870 QVO SSD. Finally, for power, this was all powered by Corsair's HX 1200 Platinum PSU, and all of this inside of the Corsair 5000T Millennium chassis from Origin PC, or the 5000T from Corsair as most of you know it. So great parts and all the right power in all the right places, but how does this system perform thermally? Well, starting off with the CPU, we saw things were managed quite well with the CPU sitting at an idle temperature of 45 degrees Celsius and jumping up to 82 degrees when under load. For gaming temperatures on average, we were sitting at 63 degrees, so the system was totally capable of anything you want to throw at it, whether that's gaming or if you want to do some workload applications. For GPU, we have a similar story with 42 degrees Celsius when sitting at idle and popped all the way up to 62 degrees when under load while also gaming. So in any circumstance, whether that's GPU or CPU, you are absolutely covered. So thermals were good. So how does this Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty work in games like, you know, Cyberpunk 2077? So why don't we find out, shall we? Kicking it off with Cyberpunk 2077 at 1440p with ray tracing and ultra, DLSS set to auto, and frame generation on, we hit a whopping 222 frames per second. Yep, this Cyberpunk system can totally own the streets of Night City, both at 1440p and, you know what, totally at 4K as well. But let's check out some other games just in case you don't just want to play Cyberpunk. We got Forza Horizon 5, again at 1440p with graphics set to extreme, DLSS set to auto, and frame generation on, we were looking at 269 FPS. Perfectly fine for some racing, I might say. For Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 set at 1440p, extreme graphics, DLSS set to balance, and frame generation on, we were sitting at 306 FPS, which is great for any campaign, but if you want to play some MP, you're looking at low settings, basically optimizing for frame rate, you're looking at 283 FPS on raw 1440p. For Shadow of the Tomb Raider 1440p with graphical preset and DLSS set to balance, you're looking at 328 frames per second. And finally, rounding out our single player games, we have Tiny Tina's Wonderland with graphics set to badass and FSR 2.0 set to balance, we saw 288 FPS. We covered off a little bit of multiplayer when we talked about Call of Duty, but let's talk about Apex Legends with graphics maximized for competitive gameplay. We saw 300 FPS at 1440p. Finally, Fortnite, again, graphics set to competitive gameplay, maximizing frame rate. It was almost unplayable. 418 frames per second. So there you have it, this beautiful $4,100 build from the mind of Blue Horse Studio and the sponsorship of Origin PC and Nvidia to celebrate the launch of Cyberpunk 2077's newest expansion, Phantom Liberty. We showed you the design, we showed you the build, and we showed you the performance and thermal so you could leave nothing, absolutely nothing to the imagination. But what if there was something we missed? I would be surprised, but you know what? You tell us, right? So why don't you go and tell me what you think? Did we miss anything? Did you like the build? What would you do if you won something as awesome as this? And do you want to see more content like this is the bigger question. Let us know all that and more down in the comments below. Now, while you're down there, make sure you slap that subscribe button, whip that like button, and ring that notification bell so that you get a notification when we post videos like this one right here on Robeytech. Also, if you have questions about doing your own customization or building your own PC, head over to our Discord server, discord.gg/Robeytech. Who knows? You might make a friend. And feel free to follow me on all the other channels at Robeytech, absolutely everywhere. Guys, that is it for me. Thank you so much to Ron and the team at Origin and Nvidia for sponsoring this, and we'll see you on the next video.